Welcome back, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to look at this awesome tactical product, which is an IR and visible laser designator. Now this is called the Perst 4, or if your Russian's pretty good, then yeah, that says Perst 4. And this is basically a military product made by Zentico in Russia. You've got a booklet here, got some basic instructions in here, some specifications. As you could expect, it's in Russian, but also, ta-da, and you've got it in English. Just going to flick through here, it tells you what it's operated by. In the book you've got the technical characteristics there, runtime, watt of the laser, IR wavelength, etc. 635 for the red and 850 nanometers for the IR laser. Basically you get the manual, you get this really nice case with its beautiful aluminium, and it is very strong, very solid, actually really nicely made. Would be quite cool for some coffee, or maybe some small cigars, some sweets, or to store the actual unit in. Very sturdy, really nice shot blast aluminium there with a nicely machined top. That is beautiful. Just in that in itself is really, really nice. It's got some more operation instructions here, etc. But that's not what we're here for. This is what we're here for. This is the Perst unit itself. Now it's operated by a CR battery, which we'll put in just a moment. That's there, that's the cap, nicely machined. It's all made out of a rugged aluminium. Rubber buttons here to adjust your intensity for the laser. That's for your remote, and you've got a rear mounted switch and a top mounted switch, the selector for your infrared and visible, and this is in the Russian alphabet. Some more logos here. You've got the windage and elevation adjustments here for the actual laser and the visible and the IR, and they are paired to one another. So once you zero one of these, the other will be zeroed, so that makes it really easy to, during the day, zero your rifle, or whatever this is going to be attached to, and then basically you can flip over to the night, use your NVGs, your nods, to basically still be able to effectively aim your weapon. It's got a nice sapphire glass there with an AR coating, relative small opening here, but it is on a slant there, so I think this has been done deliberately, just to reduce some of the reflective characteristics of the lens, depending on the angle. So I think this may actually mitigate it, and I think it also helps with the zero adjustment because of the shape of the glass, and depending on the normal orientation, whether you're going to have it like this on the rifle from the top or from the side, you'll notice that the angle seems to be more towards the bore of the rifle, going towards the center line. And if you flip it, the same thing applies. You can see there that is actually almost biasing towards the center line of whatever platform you're going to be attaching this to. So predominantly this is going to be a military product. This is going to be for those people that need to be able to shoot at night, doing various different tactical things. This unit has pretty much got you covered for everything you need. Now just looking over to the actual pressure switch here, both the unit and the pressure pad are Picatinny mountable, so you've got 2 screws here, 2 screws here. This gives you quite a lot of adjustment and scope to mount this in. It locks with these 2 positional markers here. You've got a lockout switch, which is really nice, so that will prevent accidental operation. And also, check that out, this is the power adjuster, so on the fly when you operate the pressure pad, whether you're doing momentary or constant, when you're on constant you can physically adjust the power on the go, just in case you need to punch in to whatever you're targeting, just to illuminate the nearby area to the target. That can be really useful at further ranges. And I didn't actually think that was going to be particularly useful for me. I thought that might be a little bit of a gimmick, but it's really cool. And the device is really nice and powerful, so that you have got no issues with being able to accurately shoot whatever you intend to shoot at. So for me, predominantly this is going on my real steel weapon. I do play airsoft, but this is mainly for a real firearm, and this is what I use it for hunting and for training. Like I said, it's aimed more at the sort of military, law enforcement and recreational shooters who want something that's going to be a very good quality, solid, well built IR laser aiming device basically. So let's quickly put a battery in here. Simple unscrew. You've got your battery polarity indicator. So CR123, that fits in really nicely, not too much wiggle. You've got some insulation here. I believe it's nylon, just to sort of locate and also to stop some of that rattle. You've got O-ring seals around pretty much everything from what I can tell. The unit itself, from what I understand, is water resistant, maybe not waterproof, but it's all made out of a solid piece of aluminium. So really the areas you're going to get water ingress, really, if you do come across the water, are here. You've got the button interfaces and the switch, the windage and elevation there, which again have got rubber boots, rubber seals, and the pressure pad access port there, which is a really nice feature, which I'll show you very shortly. So at the moment this unit is on safe mode, which is a lockout mode here. So basically, even though I'm pressing the buttons and at the rear, the top one's clicky, the rear one doesn't seem to be clicky. Nothing will happen. Now hopefully, if I've got this right and I'm getting my Russian correct, if I go to the K mode, you've got your visible spectrum laser. This is on low power here. I can adjust the power settings here, but yeah, even if I press that, it doesn't change. If I go up, you will see the laser start to really powerful, yeah, it's completely overkill. So on the visible spectrum, this is plenty bright enough to see during the day. If it's a really bright sunny day, you can punch this in, and just there you'll see you'll have a red LED to show you that the unit is functioning, and red designates that this is on red visible laser. So that's pretty cool. As with any laser product, you do not want to get this in your eyes, so that's another really good feature about having this light here. Now this isn't just a one-trick pony. Like I said, the IR and the visible lasers are twinned, so when you zero one, the other is zeroed perfectly, and vice versa. Personally, I found that I managed to do a sub 5-shot zero on range. You've got the Picatinny mount there. Again, you've got a locator there, so you need at least 4 rail slots to fit this. So if you're putting this towards the front of a gun, you are going to lose a slight bit of distance on your Picatinny real estate. I've got this mounted to M-lock on my mini rifle, but basically it's actually a really good adjustment. It's got spring retention there, solid steel, seems to fit very nicely for me. I've got no issues with the fitment, or actually, to be fair, the quality is very good, and it's a really solid, you can feel it just feels like it's built like a tank, really. Now the button here on the front, if I press and hold it, momentary, let go, it's off. Same with the rear, press and hold and off. If you press it and let go, you get constant. Same with the front, should I say the one that's on the side, and double press, you get flashing. Now this is really useful, I find, when you're on IR. So not only will the flashing save some of your battery life, but also it isn't a constant stream of IR flood, so it doesn't blow out your nods basically. Same with the back, touch it twice. Now this back switch, I will say, that is more sensitive than this top one. So the top one physically has a click, but the back one, it's a much softer click. And I can only assume that when you've got this rifle mounted and you've got like a foregrip or something, or you're just going to put your hand down the end of the rifle, you can quickly just gently tap that. So that's the way I see that being effectively used. Now, IR, all you do, literally like that. Now we're on infrared, but the blue LED denotes that the IR is actually in operation. Now, as before, you have different modes on the IR: double press, flashing, and press and hold for momentary release, the same thing. Certainly military spec. So on the weapon itself, it actually has quite a low footprint. So whether you're mounting it on the side or vertically, what I've noticed with my my AR setup, I've got folding main battle sights, that this is low enough so that I can still see through my top rail all the way across. This is slightly off-centered as well, so when you have it on the gun, there are no issues that I've found using military folding battle sights. The pressure pad though does take up quite a bit of extra room. The actual pad itself is fairly conventionally small, but the overall size with the switch and the lockout here, this takes up far more room, and the actual pressure pad is actually longer than the unit itself, so it gives you an idea of how small this actually is. This itself operates extremely well. It's a really nice sort of a medium strength pressure pad here. Nice rotary dial, very positive click there from the detent. Likewise with the lockout switch there, you really do know when that's on. Very, very positive. Now to fit this onto this, really super simple. All you need to do, so pull off the protective silicone cap there, and you've got a proprietary fitment here that Zentico use. What's really interesting is that on here you have a small red dot, and that corresponds with the small red dot here. Line up those two dots, pull slightly back on the retaining lock ring, and it locks into place very nicely. Very, very sturdy, nice aluminium components, decent quality silicone wire here, plenty flexible and gives some sort of heat protection. And then we'll pop it onto visible. One press, so that's on. Press and hold, momentary. Double press, and there you go. And that's pretty much it, guys. So it's a really, really impressive military laser designator. I think this would be perfect for an AR setup. Definitely good for run and gun. I'm actually been using this hunting as well, and it's been extremely effective how much this has helped my night shooting. Certainly just to get the gun in the right place, and then you can get your eye behind the scope and really dial in those shots. This is a rated device. It's a solid unit. It's not going to lose you zero. So far I've not lost any zero by what I've done, and yeah, I just think it's a really good device for the price point. But anyway guys, that is the Zenitco Perst 4 Gen 2 in the red laser and IR. It's a really nice small compact device. It's a superb addition to my armoury. And guys, just before I go, if you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps the channel out. If you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with our latest news, technical stuff, just hit that subscribe button and you'll stay up to date. And also guys, if you want to check out any of the stuff that I'm doing behind the scenes, say hi or drop me a message, just hit me up on Instagram and you can find my name, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.